Hello and welcome to the Fleet Complete BigRoad training session. Today we'll be discussing the BigRoad Driver mobile application from the perspective of a day in the life of a driver. By the end of this training, you'll be able to review the ELD Information Packat requirements and discuss the BigRoad mobile app and driver workflows. When a truck is an ELD, there are required materials that must be carried in the truck. A driver using an ELD must have an ELD Information Packat aboard the commercial motor vehicle, or CMV, containing the following items: a user's manual for the driver describing how to operate the ELD, an instruction sheet describing the data transfer mechanism supported by the ELD and step-by-step instructions to produce and transfer the driver's hours of service records to an authorized safety official, an instruction sheet for the driver describing ELD malfunction reporting requirements and record-keeping procedures during ELD malfunctions, and a supply of blank driver records of duty status graph grids sufficient to record the driver's duty status and other related information for a minimum of 8 days. Please note that the user's manual, instruction sheet, and malfunction instruction sheet can be kept in electronic form. This is in accordance with the Federal Register titled Regulatory Guidance Concerning Electronic Signatures and Documents. Let's now take a look at the mobile worker view and their interaction in the BigRoad mobile application. To download the BigRoad mobile application, search for BigRoad in the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play Store and tap Get or Install. Drivers are required to log into the BigRoad mobile application with their email address and the temporary password that was sent to their email by the desktop application. To log into the mobile application, on the login screen, in the email field, type the driver's email address. In the password field, type the driver's password information. Then tap Sign In. Please note, on subsequent login attempts, and if the driver can't remember their password, they can tap Forgot Your Password, and a temporary password will be sent via email. Once logged into the mobile app, the Pick a Truck screen will display. The truck the driver was last connected to will always appear at the top of the list. Drivers can search for an existing truck by using the Find Truck field. If the truck is existing, matches will begin to appear based on the characters typed in. If a driver will not need a vehicle for their work, they can also select Unknown or No Truck. If a DashLink for this vehicle has been connected at least once, the Fleet Complete tracking device and BigRoad DashLink will connect via Bluetooth automatically once the ignition is turned on. ELD-enabled trucks cannot be selected for drivers using the BigRoad mobile app with versions older than version 21. Only AOBRD and E-Log vehicles will be able to be used by these older versions of the mobile app. Drivers will need to upgrade to version 21 or to the latest version of BigRoad in order to select and connect to an ELD-enabled truck. To connect to a truck, tap the truck description the driver would like to connect to from the list, or search for a truck using a minimum of 1 character in the Find Truck field. Once the driver is signed in and connected to a vehicle, they will be directed to the home screen. In the upper left corner of the home screen is the name of the driver and the vehicle they are connected to, as well as the header bar arrow which accesses trailer and shipping information. In the upper right corner is the DashLink symbol. If the selected vehicle has a successful DashLink connection, the symbol will be solid white. Should there be no connection to a DashLink device, there will be an orange eye symbol and an orange band across the top of the screen reminding the driver to connect to the DashLink device. To the right of the DashLink symbol is the 3-dot ellipses button, which gives access to Settings, Switch Truck, and Sign Out. Below this is the Duty Status wheel. To the right are the options for daily logs, messages, and the recorded odometer reading based either on the DashLink device or a manual entry. Further below are the hot buttons for telephone, Google Maps, calculator, and clock. Lastly is the map view with the driver's current position based on GPS. If a selected vehicle is not yet connected to a DashLink device, this will need to be done prior to the driver getting in and driving away. There will be an orange band across the top of the home screen advising the driver to connect to a DashLink. The DashLink will automatically record the asset's daily log events and odometer readings. The phone or tablet the driver is using will need to have Bluetooth enabled, and they need to be logged into the BigRoad Mobile App prior to starting the connection process. Connecting to a DashLink can be done from the home screen. If the DashLink is already connected, the DashLink symbol on the home screen will appear in solid white. Once the Bluetooth connection has been established for the first time, the phone or tablet and DashLink should find each other on their own as long as the truck ignition is on, the mobile device has Bluetooth enabled, and the BigRoad app is open. If for any reason a connection to a DashLink device cannot be found, a message will appear with some troubleshooting tips and the opportunity to search again or cancel. To connect to a DashLink device, tap the DashLink device symbol with the orange eye in the upper right corner of the home screen and tap Connect DashLink. You can quickly update the trailer and shipping information directly from the header on the home screen via the drop-down arrow. This feature is also available from the HOS screen or the header section of the current day's log within the mobile app. Please note that trailer names must be less than 10 characters and shipping documents must be less than 40 characters long. To add trailer and shipping information, expand the header by tapping the drop-down arrow and tap Update Trailer and Shipping Info. Type the updated information into the appropriate fields and tap Done. Please note that the last item added will become the current trailer and shipping document information on the daily log. The driver's duty status can be changed by tapping the duty status wheel. The options presented are off-duty, sleeper, driving, with remaining available drive time for the shift, on duty, with remaining available on-duty time for the shift, begin personal use, if applicable based on the driver's profile settings, start a yard move, if connected to a DashLink device, and if applicable based on the driver's profile settings, and duty status with a note. Once selected, the pop-up window disappears and the driver's status is changed automatically and displays the amount of time remaining for that status. The green color surrounding the duty status wheel will also recede as time runs down. Once there is 29 minutes remaining, the status wheel will be highlighted in red to warn the driver that changing their duty status will be required in the next 29 minutes so as not to go into violation. To change a duty status, tap the duty status wheel and select the required duty status. As a good start of day practice, once in on-duty status for a minimum of 15 minutes, drivers should complete a driver vehicle inspection report or DVIR prior to putting themselves into driving status. To complete a DVIR, tap Daily Logs from the home screen. Then tap View Logs and select the daily log for which you'd like to add an inspection. Scroll to the bottom of the log and tap New Inspection. Confirm the carrier and inspector names and select a truck to inspect. Or select Other Truck or Other Trailer to indicate an alternate unit to inspect. Specify the time of the inspection, confirm the odometer reading at the time of inspection, and confirm the location of inspection. If not connected to GPS, the location will not auto-populate, and this must be entered manually. If any defects are found during the inspection, check the box for Found Defects. Enter remarks related to the defects found, but if no defects are found, leave the checkbox blank, and then tap Save. Once a DVIR has been completed, the driver can choose to sign it right away, or they can wait until the end of the day and sign the daily log and DVIR all at once. However, we do recommend that drivers get in the habit of signing the inspection as soon as they complete it. To sign a DVIR, tap Sign Inspection Report at the bottom of the daily log. If no signature has been saved in the driver settings, they will need to create one by tapping Create Signature and using their fingertip or a stylus pen. Then tap Sign Inspection to declare that all information submitted is correct. Drivers can put themselves into driving duty status by simply starting to drive the vehicle. The app will detect movement and automatically switch the driver into driving duty status. The duty status wheel will then begin counting down for available drive time. If the app no longer detects movement after 5 consecutive minutes, the app will put the driver back into on-duty, not driving status. To switch to driving status, again, simply start driving the vehicle. Depending on the rule under which the driver is operating, they will be required to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of their work shift. It is important that the driver take all 30 minutes at once and not less. If a driver's break is interrupted for any reason and they must move their vehicle prior to the end of their break time, they must use the yard move function if possible. Otherwise, the mobile app will record the movement as driving time, and they will be required to take another full 30-minute break again before the end of their 8-hour shift, and not just the remainder of the time they had left for the first break that was interrupted. When a driver is taking a break, the duty status wheel will count down 30 minutes automatically. At 0, the driver can return to on-duty and/or driving status without going into violation. You do not need to be in on-duty status first before going to off-duty. The truck must be stopped. So if driving, the driver will not be able to change their status at all. To take a break, tap the duty status wheel, then select off-duty. Confirm the location as indicated by the GPS, or enter it manually if not auto-populated. To access Yard Move, it must be enabled for the fleet and the driver must be connected to DashLink. If using an AOBRD, once the driver has started a yard move, the vehicle can be driven up to 5 miles or 8 kilometers, which the app will count down for them. A driver can perform multiple yard moves within a work shift, however, they must wait a total of 5 minutes between each instance. If they exceed the 5 miles or 8 kilometers, the DashLink will put them into driving status and count all distance driven as drive time, not just the extra distance beyond the first 5 miles or 8 kilometers. If using ELD, there is no distance limit and the drivers are allowed to drive for the duration of the duty status that they are in. For example, if they have 14 hours of on-duty time remaining for their work shift, they can use all of it as a yard move, but this would be at their discretion. An ELD yard move will also have its own line on the log graph for ELD, whereas an AOBRD yard move does not. If the app detects a power cycle, meaning the engine was turned off and then turned on again, the app will prompt the driver to indicate if they want to continue in yard move or switch to on-duty status instead. To use a yard move, tap the duty status wheel and select Start a Yard Move. Enter a note for the special driving mode and then tap Save. When finished, stop the vehicle and tap Yard Move Complete. To access Begin Personal Use, it must be enabled for the fleet and the truck must also be unladen or bobtailed. If the app detects a power cycle, meaning the engine was turned off and then turned on again, the app will prompt the driver to indicate if they want to continue in personal use or switch to off-duty status instead. To use personal conveyance, tap the duty status wheel and select Begin Personal Use. Enter a note for the special driving mode and then tap Save. Should a DOT inspector request a driver's logs, they can easily view them directly on screen from the mobile device. Prior to handing the mobile device over to the inspector, the driver must ensure the inspector has been given the information card with important details about how to use the mobile app and how to view the necessary log and DVIR information. Inspectors will have the ability to view 7 or 14 days of logs, plus the current day, depending on the rule the driver is operating under. As per the ELD mandate, the driver needs to also have a printed or electronic copy of the user manual for the ELD device. We have provided an electronic copy in the mobile app via the Inspect on-screen option from the instruction screen. To complete a DOT inspection, tap Daily Logs from the home screen. Select the number of days to inspect and tap Inspect on-screen. Then tap Show Inspection Logs at the bottom of the screen. As per the ELD mandate, malfunction and diagnostic events also need to be recorded. These events can be viewed via the Show Inspection Log screen. The inspector will select the listed dates to view the available logs, and when done, the inspector will hand the mobile device back to the driver. The driver can then tap the End Inspection button on the mobile device to return to standard operating mode. Completing a DOT inspection, AOBRD or ELD. In general, if the driver is operating an AOBRD truck, they'll be inspected as AOBRD. And if they're operating an ELD truck, they'll be inspected as an ELD. For example, while in the US, the driver is operating an AOBRD truck in the morning, and then in the afternoon, they are operating an ELD truck. In the afternoon, they are pulled over for an inspection, so the driver would be inspected as an ELD truck. But how will the inspector know what type of truck you are operating? At the time of inspection, the driver will provide the inspector with the ELD or AOBRD driver card that tells them how to inspect the truck. Therefore, it's important that the driver provides the inspector with the appropriate card. As a scenario for crossing border drivers traveling between the US and Canada, if the driver is operating an ELD truck and they are physically located in Canada at the time of inspection, the inspector will select the 14-day inspection option and perform an AOBRD inspection. If they are in the United States, they will select the 7-day option and perform either an AOBRD or ELD inspection based on the vehicle they are operating. The ELD mandate only currently applies to the United States at this time, so there is no ELD inspection option for 14 days within the mobile app. Inspectors also have the ability to perform inspections by sending driver daily logs directly to the FMCSA website using a web service or an email. The inspector will inform the driver on the method to use. Please note that a web service is any piece of software that makes itself available over the internet and uses a standardized XML messaging system. As all communication is in XML, web services are not tied to any one operating system or programming language. The driver will need to have an email app downloaded to their device to use the email option. The Inspect Daily Logs screen has a Send to FMCSA button to make it easier to send logs directly to the FMCSA without delay. To send to the FMCSA, navigate to the Inspect Daily Logs screen and tap Send to FMCSA. Tap via web service or tap via email depending on the inspector's instructions. Then tap Send. On the Send Daily Logs to FMCSA screen in the Inspection Comment field, the driver will type the comment that the inspector wants to capture. Then tap Send. An error or success message will then display to the driver. In the case of an error message displaying, it will prompt the driver to select a different inspection method, such as using the Inspect on Screen functionality instead. There will come a time when a driver will need to edit a log to correct a warning or violation. This can be done directly from within the mobile app and should be completed prior to the driver ending their shift and logging out. Log violations and warnings are identified with a yellow triangle icon with a white exclamation mark hovering over the Daily Logs button. To edit a daily log, tap Daily Logs from the home screen. Then tap Warnings at the bottom to view the log containing violations. Select the daily log for which the driver would like to make edits. The daily log screen displays the log and header information on separate tabs for ease of use. On the Log tab, the driver will see the graph, event list, and other events recorded. With the ELD mandate, location, odometer, engine hours, and origin are also recorded. On the Header tab, certification history, co-driver details, and carrier information are maintained. A driver can certify or sign their log multiple times throughout the day and can edit their past signed logs at any time for the past 14 days. Scroll through the log to locate the yellow triangle icon where the violation has been marked, and tap the yellow triangle. Correct the violation and tap the back button on the mobile device to return to the list of logs with violations. Repeat these steps until all logs have been edited and amended. Duty statuses can be added to the daily log to clarify a change in duty status that may have been missed or forgotten. For example, the driver logged into the mobile app at 9:30, but they actually started their shift at 9. Before the driver can make any changes, such as adding or editing events, they must sign the log so they can make changes up until the time they signed. Drivers should also sign the log again once they've made their edits, so as to always have the most recent version of their log being sent to their manager or dispatcher. To add a log event, from the Daily Log screen, tap Edit Daily Log. Then tap Add Past Duty Status. Select the duty status and indicate the time the duty status was to start. Confirm or specify the location where the duty status occurred, and enter a note clarifying the reason for adding the new duty status. Then tap Save. Any events that have been auto-recorded by the DashLink device, such as driving time, will not be editable as per the ELD mandate. Those that have been manually entered will be editable and will require notes explaining why the edit is being made. For example, you went off duty at noon to take your break and forgot to mark yourself as off duty at the proper time. While adding notes is a process that drivers will need to get used to, the record-keeping process will become much easier and clearer when reviewing past logs and determining why modifications have been made. To edit an existing log event, from the daily log, tap Edit Daily Log. Locate the event to be edited and tap Edit. Select the duty status as needed and indicate the time the duty status was to start and/or end. Confirm or specify the location where the duty status occurred, and enter a note clarifying the reason for editing the duty status. Then tap Save. There are also a number of different types of ELD events that must be recorded, including but not limited to log in, log out, and engine on/off as per the ELD mandate. These types of events do not affect a driver's hours of service and are auto-recorded for them. For ease of use, they have been grouped together in a drop-down list, and the driver can view the events by tapping the downward arrow or hide them by tapping the upward arrow. These auto-recorded events display in both the admin console for an administrator and on the Log tab of a driver's daily log. As of December 18, 2017, fleets use the feature of Unidentified Driving for increased accuracy of driver and truck drive time and distance, as well as for reporting on unidentified driving as part of the ELD mandate. If a truck is recorded driving while no driver is connected via the mobile app, the next driver who connects to the vehicle will see a blue triangle with a question mark on their Daily Logs button. They will be required to claim the previously driven distance as their own, or to reject it should it belong to another driver. Unidentified driving will also display in the BigRoad admin console and the dashboard tab on the roadside inspection risk screen via the View button. To address unidentified driving, tap the Daily Logs button from the home screen. At the bottom, the driver can see how many driving events were unassigned and where they were recorded. Tap Unassigned Driving to access the information and tap the corresponding log. Tap where it indicates the number of unassigned driving events for that day, and then tap either Claim or Reject. Please note that if you select Reject, the driver will no longer be prompted to claim the unidentified driving time in the future. Carrier edits are also known as suggested edits, and they're available as of December 18, 2017. This feature is enabled automatically once ELD is enabled for the fleet within the BigRoad admin console. It enables a safety manager to edit a driver's log. However, it first requires the driver's approval before any edits appear on the log. Edits can only be accepted or rejected on an all or none basis, meaning that all suggested edits must be either accepted or rejected at once by the driver. Carrier or suggested edits appear on the mobile app as a green flag icon on the Daily Logs button. To accept or reject carrier edits, tap the Daily Logs button from the home screen. Then tap Carrier Edits. Tap the day for which the driver wants to review the carrier edits. Tap the green banner to review the edits, and tap either Accept or Reject for all changes as a group. All edits to review will appear in white with the green flag icon, as well as any carrier notes about why the changes were suggested. Please note that if there is one change that is not correct, the driver must reject the entire list and include a note to the carrier about why the suggestions have been rejected. The driver's log will remain unchanged. The carrier can then resubmit a suggested edit if they wish. If edits are accepted, they will be added automatically to the driver's log. If activated on their profile, drivers will have the ability to send messages to other drivers within their fleet and/or to dispatchers. Sent and received messages are stored within the BigRoad admin console and cannot be deleted. Drivers also cannot read or respond to messages while the vehicle is in motion. They must be stopped. To send a message, from the home screen, tap Messages. To begin a new message, tap New Chat. Select a contact from the list to send a message to. Enter the message in the message field, and then tap Send. Drivers are also able to receive messages from other drivers and dispatchers as well as reply to them. Newly received and unread messages will display with an orange circle with a white exclamation point on the home screen at the top of the Messages button. To receive and reply to a message, from the home screen, tap Messages. New messages will be highlighted with an orange dot to the left of the message. Tap the new message to review, and enter a reply in the message field and tap Send. Drivers have the option to check in at a location and send an email to a recipient containing their current location. The mobile device the driver is using must have an email account activated in order to use this feature. This is handy for those drivers who would like to provide dispatchers or customers with an update as to their current location and progress. To check in, from the home screen, tap Messages, then tap Check In. Enter any notes in the Notes field, and tap Add Email and select the recipient from the device's contact list. Or tap Add New to enter a new address if they do not exist in the list. Drivers also have the option to upload documents either by taking a photo using the mobile device or choosing an existing photo from the mobile device's gallery. To upload documents, from the home screen, tap Messages, then tap Documents. Select an image from the gallery, or tap Camera and use the mobile device's camera to take a picture of the document. Enter notes about the type or nature of the document being sent, and tap Add Email and select the recipient from the device's contact list. Again, there must be an email account active on the driver's mobile device. or tap Add New to enter a new address if they do not exist in the list. To also send to the dispatcher, tap Send to Dispatch. Drivers have the opportunity to change and manage certain settings via the mobile app. To access mobile app settings, from the home screen, tap the three-dot ellipses button and select Settings. Automatic duty status will automatically adjust the driver's duty status should they be in on duty or driving status. Depending on the movement of the vehicle, the app will determine whether or not the driver is in motion or simply on duty not driving. This checkbox should be activated by default. To activate automatic duty status, tap the checkbox to either activate or deactivate this feature. Within My Profile, the driver can edit their name as it appears in the mobile app, on their daily logs, and on their vehicle inspection reports. They can also alter their email address, change their password to access the mobile app, and enter a phone number if desired. Cycle represents the rule to which the driver has been assigned. This rule may have been assigned by default via the BigRoad admin console. However, the driver has the option to change this by tapping Rules and selecting a new rule to operate under. This section also displays the driver's home time zone, which can also be changed by tapping Change to the right of the time zone field. The driver can also enter and save a signature using a stylus pen or fingertip for when completing vehicle inspection reports and signing their daily logs. The signature can be erased and stored an infinite number of times by tapping Change Signature. Tap Done once any changes have been made in order to save the amendments. Share BigRoad allows the driver to text a friend, email a friend, if the driver has an email account active on the mobile device, tweet about BigRoad if the driver has a Twitter account, and like BigRoad on Facebook if the driver has a Facebook account. Rate BigRoad allows the driver to access the mobile app information from the Google Play or Apple iTunes Store to rate the app on a 5-star scale and write a review if desired. DashLink allows the driver to view and/or repair a DashLink connection. Driving Lockout Screen allows the driver to decide which screen is displayed when driving. The driver has a choice between the main dashboard, which is the home screen, or Hours of Service. The main dashboard will be selected and displayed by default. The checkbox for the data collection feature is selected by default, and it allows the mobile app to collect both application and contact data for sending emails. Deactivating this checkbox stops the mobile app from collecting this information. FAQ provides the driver with a list of frequently asked questions. Support and feedback allows the driver to directly send BigRoad an email if support is required. About BigRoad provides version and copyright information, as well as the ability to request support and send feedback. BigRoad website opens a direct link to the BigRoad website where the driver can access a copy of the driver information card and watch training videos. Legal opens the BigRoad End User License Agreement, and Privacy accesses the BigRoad Privacy Policy. Drivers may need to operate more than one vehicle throughout their shift. They are able to slip seats and connect to multiple vehicles via the BigRoad Mobile App using the Switch Truck feature. To switch trucks, from the home screen, tap the three-dot ellipses button, then tap Switch Truck. Select the new truck from the list or search using the Find Truck field. When a driver has completed their work shift, they can then log out of the mobile app. Drivers should first correct all log warnings or violations, complete all necessary vehicle inspection reports, put themselves into off-duty status, and sign their daily log prior to logging out of the mobile app. To sign out of the mobile app, from the home screen, tap the three-dot ellipses button and then tap Sign Out. As a review of topics covered, we reviewed the ELD Information Packat requirements, and we discussed the BigRoad Mobile App and driver workflows. If you feel that you need additional training regarding BigRoad, You can request a one-on-one training session via our training team directly. We can be reached using this contact information here. In addition, you also have training videos and how-to guides covering what was discussed for the BigRoad Mobile App via your ELD Resource Center. This will conclude our training video on the Fleet Complete BigRoad Mobile App.